Hello, I'm Jennifer Lee Levitz, and this is Unleash the Power of Age. We're a show dedicated to the programs and courses and activities at the Rose Baker Senior Center here in Gloucester, Massachusetts. I have a very special guest today, and we'll get right to speaking with him. I'd like you all to meet Dick Curran. Dick, I need to read this, is the Constituent Services, Outreach, and Special Projects person for our beloved Senator Bruce Tarr. Hello, Dick.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Let's just dive right in. And if I may ask you a question first about yourself. So you come to the Rose Baker Senior Center.
Correct.
And you come once a month to speak with people who have something that they think might be helped, where they might be helped by the senator. Is that a rough description?
That's a good description of it, yes.
Okay. Could you tell me
some of the
about
other
that?
things that we may bring is the different services that the state provides, such as the Charlie cards for the MBTA, the senior Charlie card, which is a reduced rate that they can get. Another one is, in fact, we're going to have an event at the Rose Baker Senior Center on the circuit breaker, which is a tax credit for seniors. All of these things you have to fit into a certain criteria. There's a income level that you have to be in order to qualify. Some of the other things that we do is people come to us looking for assistance. It may be assistance in fuel assistance, food assistance, or things they might be having problems with their Social Security, or difficulties. We do not handle a situation where it involves a town matter or a city matter. We do not provide legal assistance or legal advice, but if people have something that they need help with, maybe they're having problems getting their pension payments on time from their company or something, some things like that. But there's a number of things that we do, but we can't, we're not the fix-all of everything. But one of the things that I know we're not, unfortunately, none of us have a magic wand. The senator might, but I definitely don't. But we have a staff that's very, very efficient in the office that help out the senator's constituents. And I'd like to say, because some of the constituents may not know the area that Senator Bruce Tarr covers.
You told me, I was flabbergasted.
Well, and the thing is that in my mind, how Senator Tarr does what he does in the course of a day is beyond my realm. But his area covers from Rockport to the east, as far west as Wilmington, as far north as Newbury and West Newbury, and as far south as Hamilton and Middleton, Wyndham. If I might just read.
Oh, please.
He covers 17 towns and communities, and I'll read them off the paper here because I know as a human being, I'm going to start listing it off, and I'm going to miss one, and that town's going to say, what are we, chop liver? But they consist of Boxford, Essex, Georgetown, Gloucester, Groveland, Hamilton, Ipswich, Manchester by the Sea, Middleton, Newbury, North Reading. In North Andover, he covers precincts 5 to 8, Rockport, Rowley, Wyndham, West Newbury, and Wilmington, which is a huge area. That's I don't know the population of each and every one of them, but I do know that the senior population of each and every one of them is big. In fact, in some of the towns that he represents, half the population is over the age of 60.
Indeed.
So it goes to show you, and those people over 60, I hope they understand that their vote means a lot to anyone who runs. And they have a very powerful voice with that vote.
Oh, I think we realize that, and we're very lucky. And well, I think it goes both ways. I mean, we consider ourselves very lucky to have someone like the senator representing us. And I would guess that you must be a pretty special person to be in the position that you're in with him.
I wouldn't say that there's anything special about Dick Curran. Dick Curran is Dick Curran. But I'm a firm believer in my life. I was put on this earth for a purpose.
Yes.
And that purpose was to help people. And I've done that a better part of my life.
Oh, so tell me a little bit about your life.
A little bit about my life is that the majority of my working career was spent at United Shoe Machinery Corporation in Beverly. I was there for 37 years. In the mid-'80s, we did move up to Wilmington, and I was lucky enough to go along with them. Mm-hmm. I started out as a machine operator, and I was fortunate enough to be able to work my way up into middle management. I was offered an early retirement, and I took it. But throughout my career there, I always helped people, whether they be young or whether they be old. But I always kind of was drawn to people that were my senior. As friends, as co-workers, I always kind of, if you can use the term, hung around with people that were my senior, anywhere from 5 to 8 years older. Maybe it was because I didn't want to listen to the guys my age say, "Oh, what do you mean your wife won't let you do that? What do you mean you can't do this? What do you mean, Well, whatever it was for, I know in the long run it paid off, because that, in my mind, is one of the reasons that I'm working for the senator now. I live in Rowley. I served on the Board of Selectmen for 2 terms in Rowley. I learned a great deal about the political machine, if I might call it that. But outside of being a selectman, I was also on different various town boards and committees. I was on a personnel board. I was the senator. I was the selectman representative to the Parks and Recreations Committee, and I was on the personnel board. So I did, but I've known the senator for a long time, and the way that I got to know him was through a young gentleman who is now his chief of staff, A.J. Paglia. And I was lucky enough to serve under A.J. as a selectman, because he was a chairman of the Board of Selectmen in Rowley for 9 years, so that would have been two terms for myself. But I've known Bruce a number of years beyond that, and let me say this. I believe in Bruce Tarr, and the reason that I do is because I know he has in here what it takes. He loves everybody, he cares about everybody, and if you hurt, he hurts. And that's not a political speech, that's not a campaign, that's just the way I feel about it. Honestly, I would not do what I do, and I would still give it the same energy, but I would not do what I do if I didn't believe in the man that I'm working for. Oh. And he really and truly is a great senator. We're lucky to have him.
We are. I could sit here and talk about him for a long time. The most amazing thing about him, aside from how he obviously cares about people and how just gentle and loving he is, he can talk about anything. My goodness, every time I hear him speak, I am amazed at how beautifully he can speak extemporaneously. It's like someone is in there writing speeches for him, and you can tell everything is sincere, but it's always, I'm sounding silly now, but it's always a beautiful speech.
You're correct. And in my estimation, the reason it is a beautiful speech is because he believes in what he speaks, and everything he does say comes from his heart. I like to tell this story about the senator, and I have many stories about him, but this one here, I think, depicts who Senator Tarr is and how much he cares about people. Part of the staff was at a meeting at one of the staff members' houses, and it was during one of the rainy years that we had. We probably all can remember them. But the woman whose house we were in, she went down to the basement to get something, and when she came back up, she said, my sump pumps have stopped and my basement's getting water in it. Ugh. Well, the senator was dressed with his sports jacket, white shirt and tie, never said a word, took off the jacket, went out to his car, and he came back with a duffel bag. And out of the duffel bag, he took a pair of boots, rolled up his sleeves, tucked in his tie, went downstairs into the basement, came back up not too long after that and said, they're running again. Now, to me, that's the kind of guy that I'm happy to have as not only a senator, but also as my boss.
Sure. And probably friend.
And friend.
And friend.
Yes, and friend, yes.
He's a dear friend.
Yes, he is.
We could talk about him for an hour and a half, but we don't have an hour and a half. We have about another 10 minutes,
right,
give or take. And I would like, I would like to hear your take some more about the Rose Baker Center. I know you're on the Friends. You're on the board of the Friends of the Gloucester Council on Aging, and I would like to hear what you have to say about our place.
I'll tell you what I have to say about your place. Now, keep in mind, I've gone to 17 different communities. They are all similar. And I'll say this, every one of the director and their staffs is there because their heart is in their job.
Yeah.
As far as the Rose Baker Senior Center goes, you people are very lucky. I'll look at the Rose Baker Senior Center like we looked at the Boston Patriots winning the Super Bowl. You've got the quarterback, who definitely is Lucy.
Oh.
And Lucy is a fantastic person. She gives 110% every single day.
Every day.
They say, and I believe this is true about Lucy, the sign of a good leader is one who knows how to delegate. And if there's anyone that knows how to delegate, it's Lucy. She's chosen an excellent staff. They're there just like the front line, whether it be the defense or the offense. Uh-huh. They're there, and whatever Lucy needs done, they do it.
Yeah.
Without questions asked. You do have one of the most active senior centers in the district with a lot of different things for people to do, whether they just want to come down and chill out, play some pool, use the computers, do the bingo, and the bingo can get very exciting at times.
Bingo.
Because I've heard a couple of times when I'm there, that person always wins. Well, I don't think it's because maybe they're just plain lucky, But you are very lucky to have a senior center like. Now, as far as the Friends goes, it started off that I was there as the senator's representative. And I think I've just over time been adopted by the Friends as being a member. I'm very happy to be a member of the Friends of the Senior Center. And they do a great deal to help out. The fundraising and everything else that they do is really amazing. And that's why a lot of things are provided that the Senior Center has.
Absolutely. We've had a show with Howard Frisch, and we talked some then about the Friends. We need to talk some more about the Friends on another occasion. But it's a very active group, and, well, we wouldn't have what we have without them.
I understand. This is true. No, this is true.
And I know you're being very modest about just about everything that we're talking about. I'm not sure what else to ask you. Let's just say, is there anything else you would like to say to people who may be watching or listening? Because, we will be, for people in your constituency who don't get Channel 12, all of our programs are aired on the internet through the 1623 Studios website. So people who can't get us directly on cable can always go to the website, and there will be listings and there will be links so that any of our programs, our lovely Unleash the Power of Age, can be viewed that way if
Right.
you're from out of town.
Okay, yes, which I am. I'm out of town. Yes.
But just one more second while I'm on this, anybody who does get the Rose Baker newsletter, you can, our program schedule is listed there. So it tells you what time the show is on, and you can find out in the newsletter. Okay.
One other remark that I'll make is about the Friends is that in the newsletter, they have been interviewing people. And that is the past, is the present.
Yes.
Is a present. And to be very honest with you, my comments on that, I think they're fantastic. I've read almost every single one of them, and they are interesting. And to me, that really is a synopsis of the history of Gloucester, because Gloucester is an old town or an old city, which I used to say this to my two sons as they were younger when we would have fish on Friday. Eat every single bit of it, because someone put their life on the line in order to provide us with this fish. And that's a tough life, but it's the history and the background of this city.
Absolutely.
One last comment that I'll make is, to all the seniors out there, remember, even though we may grow older, and we all will, just because you grow older doesn't mean that you have to grow up. And men, inside of every grown man, no matter what his age, remember, there's a small little boy. So wives, put up with the small little boy coming out into the open every once in a while, but keep an eye on him and keep him out of trouble.
I wouldn't know anything about any of that, because I refused. I have no growing up over here, ever.
Come in, see us. I'm there. It's on the schedule. It's in the bulletin. So please come in, even if you just want to come in and chat. That's fine, because I'm sure somewhere along the line we may come across a subject that may very well touch a nerve and say, gee, you could probably get some help with that if you're having a problem with it.
Well, you're so much fun to talk to. I think that's a great idea. Just come in and talk to Dick. You'll have a lovely morning.
The only thing I don't give is I do not give out my barber's name, because I don't want him to be too busy to fit me in.
I just want to say that people can get an appointment to see you. You're there one morning a month.
Yes. Yeah.
It's usually a Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like the second Wednesday of the month.
Okay. So you can get an appointment by just calling the regular number, which we will show on the screen every show, and just tell them you want to see Senator Tarr's representative. And if you can remember Dick's name, who can't, you can ask for Dick Curran. Thank you very much, Dick.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
It was. It was fun. I'm just going to say that for the rest of the show, we're going to give a repeat of our presentation of the soup and salad bar. We've added another day. So the salad bar is at Rose Baker every day except Friday. Anybody can come in. It's free soup and salad, starting at 11:30 for an hour. It's lovely, it's fun, and take a look at what it's like.
Could it be a more beautiful day? Ah! All right, friends, this is so exciting. Thank you for coming out. So as you can see, this garden's obviously very close to Rose Baker, and so everything that's growing in here goes towards the salad bar. So like later, we're gonna plant stuff and have a big chili party. Any tomatoes that we grow will all go to the salad bar. So today we are going to harvest, we have the salad mix here. We're going to harvest this. We have these radishes here that we're going to harvest, and we have spinach and arugula with a little bit of kale mixed in it that we're going to try to harvest as well.
And not the peas?
Not the peas, those are still growing, but when those are ready, we can come out and harvest them and eat them just fresh at the salad bar.
Right.
And then we also have to make sure we weigh everything, because that's really important that we're able to report back how much produce we were able to grow from this bed. So these radishes are called Easter egg radishes because they come in all sorts of colors. There's some white ones that should be in here as well.
Oh, you want those out too?
Yeah, all of them, all the big ones. Yep, all of it. We're feeding everyone at Rose Baker today. Yeah, so we built over 50 raised beds this spring, and we built them all around Gloucester. Most of the time they were for older adults throughout the city, and we built them in their backyard, and all the beds that we did were these double high frames so that people didn't have to worry about bending over or hurting their back, and they could just take a seat and sit down and garden. Do you want us to get a chair for you?
No. Next year, I will.
Go ahead.
All right, you can weigh it and then record it.
Are you getting old?
When I turn 70, yeah, I'm going to need a chair.
He's only 6 years.
Yeah, we're going back to the sink.
They're clean, no worry about it. They're very
Okay, and then we're gonna spin it.
Okay.
It's gonna be your job. You can set it here if you want to stand over here, and you just
Pump it?
yep, just pump it.
I'm not a chef, you know that.
You're not a chef. You look like a chef. Oh, look, that one's a heart.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm sorry. I don't see.
Okay, I'm gonna start, Jennifer. Okay. I'm Mackenzie with Backyard Growers, and we are so happy. We are here today with Rose Baker and all of our friends. We harvested over 4 pounds of lettuce mix, including arugula, kale, and spinach, and we harvested radishes as well, straight out of the garden that's on the corner of Main Street. It's only 200 feet away from the Rose Baker Senior Center, and back in April, we had friends from Rose Baker come out and plant those seeds for us, and then now, on May 23rd, we harvested it. We just planted it, yeah, in April. Hi, you guys. I know. Fresh local produce.
Yeah, very fresh.
It's fresh.
Just let you know, I think it's wonderful.
You think the salad bar is wonderful? How about you?
I'm taking this.
You got some of it from the garden?
Absolutely.
How was it today?
Delicious.
I know.
Delicious.
I'm glad you liked it.
Very healthy. Soups are wonderful, very healthy, nutritional.
Great.
And it's always a surprise when you show up. There's always a different, element of foods and whatnot. It's very healthy. Everything they do, and they put signs out in front of the containers so you know exactly what you're eating. So you know the ingredients, and you understand it, and maybe you need to know because you might be allergic or whatever. But it's very healthy and enjoyable.
Did you have the salad bar?
Yes, it was very, very good today. I thought very tasty.
How do you feel about that salad bar? Do you have it often?
As long as I'm here, I do, yes, every time.
And you like it?
Yes, I'm here two times a week, anyhow, Wednesdays and Fridays. Oh, I do. I think it's great. They have a variety all the time.
And it's nice and fresh.
And it's tasty. Yes, it is. There's good flavor to it. I eat things here that I don't even eat at home.
Really?
I'll be 90 in October.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Thank you very much, ladies. Enjoy your bingo.
I will. I always enjoy it. It's a very nice place here. And it's very nice to the people. The people are very nice and friendly. And it's a nice place to come to.
Anybody want to talk to me about the salad bar?
It was delicious.
Was it delicious?
It was delicious. They do that very good thing. We
Well,
appreciate a lot.
you do.
Yes, we appreciate a lot. The salad was delicious.
It
The
was
soup
so,
too.
it was so good. There was hardly any left when I got up there.
Do you go often to the salad bar?
Yeah, I go all the time.
How was it today?
It was delicious. Very good. As always. Soup was superb. It had a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah. And do you get it very often?
Yeah, about 3 times a week.
Wow, good for you. Glad. How about you?
Same thing. She said everything.
She said everything. It was good today,
Oh, excellent today.
and you're here more than once a week.
I'm 2, sometimes 3.
I know, me too. I love it. Glad to hear it.
Gets me out.
Say that again.
It gets me out. Socializing is more fun than eating.
I think the best thing that's happened to the senior center is that salad bar that we have 3 times a week. I think it's great.
What's great about it?
Everything is great about it. There's the salad and at our age we don't feel like cooking, so we have that in the afternoon and it's great.
We'll just wait a minute for Rachel to get it okay, and then we'll put it in the salad bar.
Get something else? No. Right there.